Hey everyone, it's Cher. So I know this Cheslie Kryst story, is old. It broke back in January, and here we are almost at the end of March, and I'm just now posted something about it. But I just wanted to talk about her story, and especially in regards to honor roll students. Since I'm a teacher, it's just a lot of stuff I saw there that I was like, ooh, I really want to talk about this. So I didn't even know who she was. I just happened to, I was on social media, I was on Instagram, and I saw somebody posted her picture in the stories, in their stories. It was that last photo that she posted where she says, I hope this day brings you rest and peace, or something like that. And I'm like, okay. I clicked on it. I clicked on the photo and I saw what was going on. Like, and I just saw a bunch of, oh, this is so sad. I'm like, oh my goodness, she passed away. And then later on, I came to find out that it was by the S word. So I was like, oh man, And, looking at this girl's page, her Instagram, she just looked like she just had it all. She was beautiful, like beautiful hair, just pretty face, period, right? Then she had this gorgeous hair. She had the looks. Let's just say that. She had the looks. And a person on the outside looking in, it just looks like she just had it all made. She's young. She's a former beauty queen. She was a correspondent on Extra, which is a job that allowed her to meet several big name celebrities. I saw an interview she did with Denzel, and also I'm sure because of it she got to travel a lot. And even just being Miss America, you don't stay put in a role like that. You're always going from place to place, just meeting all types of people, seeing all types of places. So from, an outsider, it just looked like she had it all made. I do remember that year when they said, oh, it was all black women who won the pageants that year. But I didn't know their names. I just was like, oh, I remember that year. And then when I came to find out about Cheslie Kryst, they were like, she was one of them. I said, oh, okay. I do remember a story about a bunch of black women winning the pageants that year, but I didn't know their names. So this is my first time learning her name. Anyways, I'm like, wow, I was really shook, finding out about that. And then I started thinking about something that I always been saying all along, check on your honor roll students. I know everybody was saying, check on your strong friends. A lot of people say check on your strong friends, your busy friends, check on everybody and stuff. But as a teacher, I'm just here to say that we have to check in with our honor roll students, because our honor roll students, they just seem like they got it all made. A lot of them are high achievers. It doesn't take them long to get what's going on in class. They get good grades. Many of them are respectful students. You do have yours that have, rebellious personalities, but they know how to get their work done and get the grades and things like that. But overall, they're very respectful students, and they do a lot to contribute to the school environment and things like that. Very big helpers and stuff. And so as adults, we tend to overlook them and give the attention to the kids that are causing trouble, the ones that are failing, the ones that are not doing so well, the ones that are always getting themselves in trouble. Those are the ones that we tend to focus on. And I learned my first year of teaching that that is not the way to go. You have to give them emotional support. You have to give them that attention as well, outside of academics. They do need attention just for everyday things. How was your day? How are you feeling today? Just things for them to talk. And in education, we call that SEL, social emotional learning. We need to make time for those things. I know school gets super busy. Trust me, class gets crazy. Every time we turn around, if it's not one thing, it's the other. And I understand that, but it's so important to make time for the SEL, the social emotional learning. Even if it's 10 minutes um out of the week. My goodness, even if it's out of the week, if all you could squeeze in is a couple minutes a day to just check in with these students and see how they're doing, that's a great thing to do. And I'm just going to tell a story from my first year. I remember my first year teaching, I was not a classroom teacher. I was a basic skills teacher, and I was a push-it teacher. So I would just go in and help the teachers, their low level students. I would go there to help out with those kids, right? It was with a second grade class. So some of those kids were reading first grade level, kindergarten level, so that was my job. Anyways, I remember there was a student in one of the classes. She's very high performing, very high achieving student. She does really well in everything you give her. I remember at some point she started to pretend that she didn't understand the math. And I'm looking at this girl and I'm like, I'm gonna call her Sarah. I was like, Sarah, you know this math. I was like, why are you playing? Because just earlier, just a few moments before, I saw her doing really well with it. Then all of a sudden, she gets another assignment and she's like, I don't know what to do. Like she's acting so dumbfounded and so lost. And I knew she was pretending. But then I asked myself, I said, why was she pretending? Why was she acting like she didn't know what was going on? Because she wanted the same attention that the struggling students were getting. She wanted that same attention. So it just made me say, "Oh man, we need to." Oh, sorry, we need to give the honor roll students attention, their emotional and social aspect of their, of their person, of who they are, needs that kind of attention. Is just as much as we praise the academics, we gotta check in with the emotional. And I'm gonna speak from my own personal experience as a kid, as who was a high achiever, honor roll, super honor roll student. I remember I was struggling with depression for a long time. I think it mostly started about sixth grade, because I remember that's when I was really, that's a whole different story, but it was rough for me in sixth grade, just the friendship circles and the cliques and things like that. I just didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. And even though I was A's and B's, one cycle I got straight A's. I was not doing okay. I was not okay. And I remember that feeling stayed with me all the way up until probably like mid college. And that's when I started feeling a little bit better. But even after college, I'm still like, I still have moments. I'm much, much better now, but I struggled with depression for a long time. And most people didn't know it. Nobody checked in with me to see what was going on, because I was the A student, I was the B student. I had the nice, I had a high rank in my senior class. I had a high GPA. I had all that stuff. And so people didn't think to check in on me to see, how I was doing. But y'all, I struggled with waking up every day. I was sleeping a lot. I would just be thinking a lot about, um what if I wasn't here anymore? Who would care? I never planned anything, but I just used to think about what I used to just think about, what if. I wish it would happen, some way, somehow. I would purposely put myself in dangerous situations, hoping that this would be it. Not that I would like map out something, but I'd be like, knowing that this area is kind of dangerous at night, I'm gonna walk down this area anyway. Let's see what happens. Nothing would happen. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go home. But these are signs of a depressed person. And I remember, I would wake up every day and just be like, I'm here again. Okay, going to school. That was me. That was me big time. So I say it again, check on your honor roll students, or check on your honor roll students. And one thing I notice is when a student gets into trouble, an honor roll student or super honor roll student gets into trouble, one of the first things parents say, or any adult says, is, you're an honor roll student. What, this isn't you. And it's like, bro, like, academics come very easy for some people, especially depending on the school system that you're in. If it's one of those school systems that just dumb stuff down for everybody to pass, your high achievers are they're just gonna click right through. It's gonna be smooth sailing for them. And but that doesn't mean everything's okay emotionally. I feel like we really should check in more. So me as a teacher, I aim to check in with all my students. It's not easy. This year I have about 70 of them. This is the most amount of students I've ever had, period. So, that gets to be challenging, but I try my best to do activities where we can express ourselves, we can talk. I'm very transparent about what my life was like when I was their age. I'm also transparent about how I feel now as an adult, and just let them know, look, life is not perfect on the other side of childhood. There's still a lot of challenges and things that we struggle with as adults. And you know, and it's just a human experience. We're always going to be going through something, you know. So, I think I covered everything. I did make a little sticky notes. Hopefully I was able to cover everything without looking down. So that's good. But oh, one more thing. I did look up and I did do a quick search, and her mother said that she was struggling with high functioning depression. And they didn't know until, not too long before her until, she passed. So, high functioning depression, that's a rough one, to be dealing with that, because you get everything done, you're getting things taken care of, you're reaching goals, you're reaching new heights and everything, and a person on the outside wouldn't be able to tell, but it's real, and I know I've been struggling with it myself, but I have a lot of I reach out, for a lot, not saying anything against Cheslie at all, because I don't know her story and I'm not speaking on anything or speculating or anything like that. I'm just saying, for me, this is how I handle, my situation. But anyways, let me know, what you think about checking in on your honor roll students. I mean, we have kids now, not now, it's been a thing, but just bringing it up, that we have kids committing S word, 10-year olds, attempting, or actually succeeding. And it's a sickening thought. It's such a tragic thought, but it's a reality of what we are dealing with our young people, and what we're seeing out here. And like I said, this girl, you wouldn't have known, just looking at her, she just looked like she had it all. But, you know, that was she was struggling badly, but yes, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about checking in on your honor roll students? Were you an honor roll student that you felt like you didn't get the attention that you needed when it came to your emotional or mental health? What are some things that you were able to, how were you supported, or where do you wish you would have gotten more support? I would love to hear more about it below. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Until next time, see you later.